Hello everyone, Manithral here, and welcome to the weekly update video for OSRS. Now this week we see the Revenant Maledictus, who is actually a mini-boss, wilderness changes, and a few little bit of leagues twisted changes. So up first, the Maledictus boss, or mini-boss I should say. This is how he works to get him to spawn in the caves. If a player kills a Revenant Demon, there's a 98 and X chance. If another player then kills a Revenant Cyclops, the spawn chance of the Maledictus is 98 plus 82 in X. If a third player kills a Revenant Dragon, the spawn chance for a Maledictus is then a 98 plus 82 plus 35 in X chance. The X will remain the same. The more Revenants killed in the caves, the greater the chance the Maledictus will spawn. But when it does spawn, the chance is reset. So, this is actually going to be kind of a group effort to get him to spawn, if you will. There's also a failsafe which guarantees Maledictus will not spawn if it has not appeared for a decent length of time. Another system prevents Maledictus from spawning if another has already appeared. So, there is some failsafes in place. Maledictus will run the Revenant Dragon's loot table 3 times. One of these rolls is reserved for dropping guaranteed low tier ancient artifact, the ancient emblem or ancient token. The other 2 will roll the loot table as standard. So, pretty good loot. For Iron players, the normal application for loot applies. However, Iron players can still receive the buff regardless. Then we also have the fourth, the Surge. To acquire this buff, you will need to be wearing the Amulet of Avarice. Players with the buff are marked with a unique skull above their head and will receive a 15% damage and accuracy boost for all combat styles while fighting Revenants, including the Revenant Maledictus itself. The buff lasts 30 minutes. Removing the Amulet of Avarice during this time will also remove the buff. World hopping will reduce the duration of the buff by 1 minute per hop. If you don't manage to grab the buff from the Revenant Maledictus, you can always snipe it from another player by killing them in PvP. So, player A acquires the Surge. The same player continues killing Revenants, or just hasn't left yet. Player B with the Amulet of Avarice kills player A. And player B requires the Surge for a 25-minute timer. Very interesting. We have the Wilderness Slayer dungeon. Some new task-only creatures have been added to the Wilderness Slayer cave, such as the Abyssal Demon, 75 to 125, Dust Devils, 75 to 125, Jellies, 100 to 150, Necreal, 75 to 125. The new task will have a weighting of 3. So that's basically your odds of getting it kind of right in the middle of the road. They also made some changes to Wilderness Slayer. The number of the Fire Giant kills required per task has been reduced from 100 to 150 to 75, 125. The Hill Giants have been reduced from 100 to 150 to 75, 125. Blood Veil kills have been reduced from 90 to 140 to 70 to 110. Additional Blood Veil spawns have been added to the Wilderness God Wars dungeon. These additional spawns will replace some of the werewolves that roam in the area. I don't know if the God Wars dungeon is a hint there. Additional bear spawns will be added north of the Ferox Enclave. Watch out. And leagues, don't forget, you only have so long to get this as far as you can get, all the way up into the Dragon rank. Here's some small changes that took place. The Mist Guild Bank will now allow you to swap your fragments. Extra items gained for the double smithing. Well, smithing double will now correctly count towards the Smith X item task. The Barbarian Assault task reach level 5 at any roll, and reach level 5 in all rolls, now correctly complete when level up interface appears at the end of the wave. Auto completing the Troll 3 quest bundle now correctly sets the fire pit at twice. message in a bottle is now more balanced. It shouldn't give as many beginner clues. Players now correctly unlock the Arden teleport when purchasing the Elf Quest bundles. Green Dragons in the Wilderness Slayer dungeon will now count towards League tasks. Arc Light now works correctly with Twin Strikes. Certified Farmer now works correctly with Divinery and Insidious. Catch of the Day now works correctly with the Personal Banker. Rare items will continue to go into your inventory as normal. Dying from poison after exiting the wilderness will no longer result in PvP death. Auto-completing Sir Amic's section in the Recipe for Disaster now unlocks the Evil Chicken Lair. Thorgal now appears after when auto-completing the Elf 3 quest bundle. Other changes are that they fix the issue where Galvic's waves were killing save players as he changed phases to remedy an issue with group Ironman leaders could not leave their group if their teammates were inactive. Leaders no longer need to wait until they have abdicated to leave the group. They will, however, have to wait the usual 7 days for their leave request to be processed. Additionally, players can no longer be made leader of a group if they have leave requests pending. Dagenhide garments are now recognized as Zamorakian items. This affects most aggression in the God Wars dungeon and the Zamorakian State fragment in the League's 3 Shadow Relics, and various other things in the game. Implemented more rigorous tracking to detect the alternate accounts aiding Iron players by luring Calpite Queen. Additionally, if combat against her halts for more than 5 minutes, she'll reset her health completely that her next opponent has a fresh boss to fight. And then we have the PvP World Rota has moved to Period A, 539 US PvP, 548 Germany, High Risk PvP, 577 US Free-to-Play PvP, 559 UK LMS Competitive, and World 390 US LMS Competitive has been activated for this Rota. So that is it for this week, guys. Enjoy the new mini-boss. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later, guys.